Good Thursday morning, everyone. How are you doing? It's been a couple of weeks since we've communicated with each other, but it's been good. Anna and I had a good time. We were able to get away, see some family, and also go see a play with some friends. It was just very refreshing. Again, that's, what Jesus knew when he took the disciples, they needed a break. Well, we all do. But how are you doing? In speaking to some people, and it happens to all of us, and I'll tell you, it happens to me. I'm not Superman, and there's no such thing as Superman, as Superwoman. Everything that you and I do is by God's strength. But I want to share a thought that he put in my heart for you today, for me today. When we think about the world, and there's a lot of stuff happening to depress us, to make us just want to turn around. I mean, you see all the stuff going. And even with happening this year, and it's a big year for the United States, it's an election year, and I'm not going to get into that. That's your decision, my decision. But when we think about all of that, all you see is that, and all the negativity that comes out from everywhere. People are just becoming more, I think in general, what's the word? Uncouth, if I could use that word, uncouth. I mean, people don't have a filter anymore, and it's just one of those things that we have to be careful of. And the enemy of our soul, he would want us to think, and he'll plant the thoughts in our head, and just thinking about that, we could think that, well, you know what, I messed up today, I messed up yesterday, I messed up the whole week, I messed up the whole month. I messed up the last, since I was birthed. Those thoughts come in because we make mistakes. But God understands that. He understands we're going to make mistakes. The point with the enemy doing that is to make us believe, well, I really don't have a future with God because I'm too bad. And how many times is God going to come back around and forgive us? Well, you know what? It says this in Jeremiah 31, verse 3. It says, I have loved you with an everlasting love. And I love the way God closes this sentence out. That is why I have continued to be faithful to you. Do you know that? God continues to be faithful to you and I. What does the Bible tell us? He is faithful when we are not faithful. His love never changes towards you and I. And the beauty in that, and I love that because the thought that God put in my head as I was thinking about it and praying, is you and I can't do this thing on our own. Oh, we can muster up some energy and say, well, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do that. And that's good, but it's not good because, the bottom line is it's not up to you and I. It's not up to you and me to try to muster up the strength. Jesus said this in John 15:16. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit. And that fruit should remain, that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give you. Jesus is the one that chose you and me. From the beginning, from before the beginning of time, we were already on his heart. Like that verse I read to you in Jeremiah. That's a beautiful thing to remember because you know what? You and I are loved deeply and greatly. And I think those words foreshadow in the truth of God's affection for us. Hosea, the 11th chapter, the fourth verse, but part B says this. I lifted the yoke from your head, their head, and gently fed them. God feeds us each and every day. So no matter what your day is like today or how it's going, no matter what yesterday, whatever transpired, today's a new day. If you're looking at this video, you're alive. And you know what? As long as we are alive, we have breath. And as long as we have breath, we can go to God. And he's waiting for us to come to him and say, God, I blew it. And I listened to the lie of the enemy. And he'll tell you, oh, I know that lie. But I chose you. I did. And I want you to remember that today. He chose you. Chose you. Because that, when we let that dwell and simmer and just simmer, forgive me, in our spirit, then it starts to bubble up. And you know what happens when it starts to bubble up? Our faith begins to grow again. Our resound resolute to say, you know what, I don't have to listen to the lie of the enemy. I don't have to worry about what people say. I know that God loves me. And he says that he chose me. It's individualized. That's the beauty. He chooses and he desires all humanity, but he knows that's not going to happen. But you and I, we said yes. And we're supposed to spread that good news. So you have a great day today. And don't forget tonight, 6:30 to 7:30, we have our prayer. And we'll be crying out. And if you would like to join us, by all means, come on down. Sound like Monty Hall, right? Oh my goodness. Anyway, we invite you to come on down and join us for prayer tonight. Alrighty, you have a great day. And don't forget, he loves you and he chose you. And he didn't make a mistake. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.